here, so if you don't know me. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about all the iPads that we have for PE instructors and for our PE classes. So the first thing that I want to do, this is the pedagogy lab that we're in, which is downstairs in Tuttle South. So this space is available for you to use for your students. IT is always updating all the computers, and they're brand new computers, brand new screen that we can hook up to. So lots of nice things that we have down here. Over here, right behind the door, we have this cabinet, and there is a combination lock on there. The combination lock you'll see in the sign out iPad instructions that we have on Teams now. So you'll open this up, and inside of here, just a couple things. We do have the remote in here that hooks up to the TV, so we're going to leave that in there. There's some, if you're using video for your classes and the students have SD cards, we have some transmitters that they can then put onto their computer. And we have a box in here, and I'm going to just take this out now. So if you are going to take any iPads out of here, sign them out, you can store them in here. That way it's easier to carry. But that's pretty much the cabinet. So over here is where all the iPads are. And this key right here will be in that locker. But you'll just come on over here, and we just like to make sure that this is locked at all times. You can unlock that and pop this open. And then all of these iPads, and we have these really nice laptop computers. They're HPs. So these you're able to use with your students. They'll just sign on like they would a normal Brockport system. But what's also nice about these is they can come off and they're a tablet too. So definitely take advantage of using these. The only thing with the laptops and the iPads, if you do use them, make sure that they all get plugged back in and that they all remain on. The reason why we want to leave them on is so if we need to get any updates over from IT, they can manually log into our system and they can update them. If they're turned off, then we're going to have some issues and they have to physically come over here. So with these iPads, I have them all organized to where there's a box with each iPad and you can see that it's plugged in. If you're going to take any of these, go ahead and unplug it. If you think you're going to have it for multiple days or you're going to need to charge them in your office, you can go ahead and unplug these. There's some power strips in there, but just make sure obviously when you bring them back, you plug them back in. Oh, this one went through a software update, so good. So these are all updated for us. But on the back, you can see that they all have numbers. So this is number 15, and it should be with the box number 15. So if we can try to keep these all organized, that would be wonderful. If you're gonna take it, put it in the box, close it up so they don't break. We do not have cases for these, so we wanna try to make sure that they're as safe as possible. And then you can throw them into this box so it's easy to carry. So with these iPads, one thing that you have to do, make sure before you start using them, is sign on to the Wi-Fi. The guest works wonderful, so you can just accept. If you don't log on to the Wi-Fi, you're not going to be able to really do anything. But on here, my technology and PE class, if this is going, there we go. Go back. This is all going to make me do there we go. Okay. So my technology and PE class already has a bunch of different apps that we use in my class. But you can go on and you can download any free apps. When you do that, you're going to go to the Play Store, the App Store, and it will look just like it does on our phones if you have an Apple or Android game. You can go to the search button and let's just say, let's look up something for yoga. So I'm going to type in yoga, and then everything that they have for yoga is right here. So you can see all the different download buttons. If it has a price to it, we then have to go through Kathy and ask if the department can buy it. Do not put your credit card information into these. But if it's free, so I want to do this yoga for beginners, I'm going to click the download button, and then that will start downloading. Now, if something pops up to where it says it needs a password for Pete Lab 1 or Pete Lab 2, don't just try to put anything in. Don't use your user ID or your password. We have a specific password that we need to put in here, and that also is in the directions on the team's iPad sign-out sheet. So we have to make sure it's case sensitive. If we put in the wrong thing multiple times, it's going to lock out our entire system, and then we have to call IT to try to fix that. So just make sure you're reading the directions before you do anything, and if you have any questions about anything, don't hesitate to call me. My number is also in the directions. So yes, you feel free to download anything, let the students use these, and it's wonderful technology that we have available for us. Kind of good?
And then when you're done.
Oh, yes. Okay, so then when you are done, come back in here, make sure you, on the Microsoft sign-out sheet, that you put the date that you're returning them. Again, leave them completely on, and go ahead and plug them back in. And then if we can, just try to make sure that we have, again, the correct boxes. I just throw the box in there, and then I set the iPad on, just for like, I'm sure it's fine, but with safety reasons, I just try to make sure that the power outlet is not sitting on the cardboard. In case they overheated, we don't want to start like a fire or anything. So I just have it sit directly over, and that way they're all plugged in. We'll shut this up. And then turn that key, and then I just give a nice little pull to make sure that this is locked. If you notice anything like the batteries are dead, I do have a sign on here that says do not plug or unplug. There is an outlet in the back that this whole part is plugged into. For whatever reason, I'm sure it will never happen, but if you notice that and you see this unplugged, please just plug it back in for us. And then take the key, we'll put that back into the cabinet, and then go ahead and lock this back up. We will have in the directions too, outside of this door, there is a master lock, so we will get the combination for everyone so you have access to this room. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.